with Butch Reed and Ron Simmons. I had a great time with them, man. They were really characters, man. I mean, I had a great time managing them. I mean, sometimes, they'd get done had a long night or drinking or something, and they didn't make it to the show, and I'd be the only one there, so I'd have to go out and get beat up, so we could satisfy the people because there was no dude. So I took a lot of ass whoopings for them by them not showing up sometimes. But they were great to work with. I also enjoyed working with Nancy Sullivan, God rest her soul. She's gone now, but her and Benoit, I was in a couple of things with them.
Right.
And Chris was another outstanding guy too, man. Golly, give you his shirt off his back. And a little quick story about Chris.
Sure.
One night we were overseas. And Chris was real particular about his work. He was like a perfectionist.
Yep.
And I was just watching his match, and I think he went up to the top rope to do the frog splash. And to me, it wasn't no big deal. I just thought he stayed there just a little bit too long. I thought he could have just went up and, put it on the guy because you don't want to leave a guy laying too long.
Right.
You want to get up, do your business. So, but I mean, it just wasn't no big deal. And me and Chris, when he come back, we were just talking, and then I was just mentioning, and I'm like, Chris, I said, on that process, I thought maybe this was a little bit longer up there. And he said, you know what? I thought about that. I felt that. He said, God damn, and he just went off on himself. He got all hot by himself because he always liked to perfect his stuff. So, but I didn't mean for it to go to that, but golly, he went into a rage. But he was okay, but it's just a little story like, little stuff like that, he just admired what he did, and he wanted to always make sure he did it right.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of the biggest tragedies in pro wrestling, what happened. He was like, and you're saying the same thing that every performer's ever said to me about him, Teddy. Every single guy, praised him for his work, and he was the nicest guy in the world, and he would, like you said, give you the shirt off your back, and it's just like, it's just so hard. Even now, after all this time, it's so hard to comprehend what happened there,
Yeah, well, I was, I was in part of that angle that was going on in WCW between him and her and Kevin.
Right.
And I rode with them. Me, Chris, and Nancy. We rode a lot of times together. I remember one time we did a show in Green Bay, and we was staying in Milwaukee, so we had to drive back to Milwaukee. And Green Bay, I guess, to Milwaukee, maybe 160 miles, I guess, maybe somewhere like that. Mm-hmm. And it was snowing so bad. I never will forget, man, it took us almost 8 hours to go back to Milwaukee.